No, I think it's time to give the floor to Lucinda. Everybody knows Lucinda. Lucinda is a partner, international practice leader, Steptoe & Johnson, LLP, Washington, D.C. Lucinda, you have the floor.
Merci. Et je voudrais remercier la société française et aussi, comme j'ai déjà dit, la société péruvienne pour cette opportunité de discuter l'avenir avec vous. I'm here not in my personal capacity, but on behalf of the American Society of International Law, and I'm specifically representing the current president of the society, Greg Schaefer, who would have been here in person, but for the fact that next week is the annual meeting in Washington, D.C. of the American Society of International Law. And I served as the president of the society from 2016 to 2018, and I can tell you from personal experience that being president at the time of the annual meeting is a very intensive activity. Your time is not your own, not only during the meeting, but in preparation for it. So I do send his regrets to the organizers that he could not be here personally. I'd like to say a word about the society and its mission in relation to the topics that we are discussing. The society is an old organization. It was founded in 1906 by an act of the United States Congress, but we're a private organization. And it's based in Washington, D.C. We try to integrate both academics and practitioners, not only people in private practice like myself, but practitioners in government, for a dialogue about issues of international law. And that has been quite an outstanding and successful feature of the society for many years. One thing people don't know about the society is that 40% of the members reside outside the United States. We're not just US-based, but increasingly we have members everywhere around the world, and we're committed to serving them. Now, the mission is something I've reflected on a lot. The mission of the American Society is education about international law and promotion of international relations on the basis of law and justice. And that, to pick up on what an earlier speaker said yesterday, we are for international law. There is an advocacy mission inherent in what I just described, although it was said accurately that we do not generally take policy positions as an organization. Only very rarely do we do that. But we like to think of ourselves as a trusted voice on international law issues. We share with all of the societies here the recognition that we find ourselves at a moment of great challenge to international law, to the structures and the institutions we've lived with since World War II. And so it's a challenge for law and institutions. I'm not going to elaborate on those challenges. I think that's what we've been talking about the last 2 days. But in our view, these challenges call for reinvigorated efforts by all of our societies. And for us in the American Society of International Law, we are committed as part of this effort to working with our colleagues' societies. At the upcoming annual meeting next week, there will be a colleagues' societies breakfast with leaders of all of those organizations that are able to attend the annual meeting. I don't anticipate that many of you will be able to, having traveled to Peru, go to Washington next week, but if any of your colleagues are going, representing your societies, that meeting will be Thursday, March 30th. And if you are would like to attend, please let me know. The purpose of that meeting is really to talk about possible collaborative activities. Now, during each of the last 3 years, we have organized an online global engagement series with our regional colleague societies in Latin America, Europe, Africa, and Asia. And that's been a priority of our current president. And you can find those recordings on our website. We've also had a signature topic initiative the last several years on which we focused during a year. The most recent topic, excuse me, cooperation and compliance through international law and institutions, was the subject of a panel we organized at the annual meeting with colleagues in the African Society of International Law. Sorry. So these are just some of the things we are trying to do in conjunction with our colleagues' societies. And we are open to other activities as well that enhance all of our ability to pursue our joint mission. So I will be bringing back the rich experience I've had here over the last couple of days and sharing it with my colleagues in the American Society. I think this may be the first time we've participated in these joint meetings, so I will let them know what I've seen and experienced, and I thank you for the opportunities to talk to you about issues of common interest and to develop some personal relationships and see some old friends again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lucinda, for this very interesting presentation of the American Society of International Network. Sorry, the American Society of International Law.